Well, hello, welcome, and so good to see you. And thank you for being here. I'm Corinna Astor. I'm your alchemy coach, helping you to break free from painful patterns. And I have a lot of astrology to talk to you about today. And my last video, I just want to say, I know some of you were like maybe thinking, when is the astrology going to come in? And I didn't go into a lot of the aspects per se, but everything that I do and I share is based off of the astrological energies. And, we've been going through a big time collectively and individually. And there is just so much that I could say, but, sometimes we really just got to talk about, diving into how to navigate through these times and the energies. And, it's been a really tough fall with the energies in a lot of ways. We got through a big eclipse cycle and Scorpio season and all the different things. So I'm not going to go into that again, of course, but I'm going to be weaving in the Chinese and the Western astrology today. So I'm really excited to share more of this with you. So as always, please like this video, please comment, please subscribe, and share this with a friend. It would mean so much to me, and I'm so grateful to have you and your presence and for this energetic exchange. All right, so let's get into it. Where do I want to begin? Well, we are in the Sagittarius season, and so it is a jovial time. It's about expansion, it's about adventures, it can be about traveling, even if that's some short distance travel. And yeah, it's exciting time, but also let's think about how this is also the season of winter that we are entering into, or we're very close to entering into. We're kind of in that late fall, winter transition, at least here in the northern hemisphere, excuse me. And so we really want to think about how this is really that time to start thinking about the water element, and that has to do with our kidneys, our bladder, and those are the energies that are about our essence and about our overall life force. And so we really want to be mindful of collecting our energy, of taking that time to go inward. If you are in the southern hemisphere, obviously you can start being more expansive. And, it is a time of holiday celebrations for a lot of people around the world. But we really do, again, if we're in these colder regions, need to honor our bodies and honor the season of winter and go within more. So again, I did talk about that a lot in my last video, but we do really need to keep that at the forefront of our mind because there's so many invitations that we can be getting. And again, I have lots of great boundary videos I'll have to share at the end here as well. But it's important to keep this wonderful balance in life and to honor ourselves and to be okay with saying, no, or I'm sorry I couldn't make it, and just doing what you need to do to make sure that you get that work-life balance and getting that inward time as well as getting your wonderful social and intimate time. And we're definitely going to talk more about intimacy today. So um, one of the big things that we are looking at is that Pluto is still in Capricorn. And so Pluto is about transformation. And so we are going into this season where in a couple months we're going to be moving from this Pluto in Capricorn into this Pluto in Aquarius. And so a lot of us are feeling this visioning and these possibilities, and we're like getting antsy about like, okay, I'm ready to step into this new world. And maybe we've been feeling this all year, by the way, or at least for some time. This isn't really, a newer energy, but we just are feeling like, okay, we're ready, but then maybe we're not quite ready. And also, it's interesting because the Pluto going into Aquarius will happen March 23rd. And, there's going to be a lot of transitions from February to March of next year. So really only a few months away. And, one of them is that in the Chinese astrology system, we're going to be switching from this yin water rabbit year into the yang wood dragon. And so I'm going to be talking a lot more about the dragon here soon. But so, the dragon is this big, enormous mythological figure, right? And so we are going to be going into coming from this small little rabbit creature energy into the largest, most expansive, highest visioning capable animal in the Chinese zodiac. So I think, again, we are starting to feel some of this. We always start feeling the energies of the new year in October or November of the year before. So it's usually around the 5th of February, somewhere close to there, that our Chinese New Year begins. And so, but yeah, so right now, we're still in this yin water rabbit year. And, I've done blogs on that. And I will also have a link for that below, but I'm going to just share that the rabbit and the yin water are both about going deep. They really are available to go into the psyche, to do this inner work. And it's the yin water is working with the kidneys and the bladder once again. So not only is it to do with our life force and our life essence and preserving that, it has to do with the emotion of fear, or it could be anxiety. And so we really are working through fears. And this Pluto in Capricorn is working through transforming old structures and old belief systems. And so we are collectively all working on letting go of old belief systems. And it's really tough because if, we're being stubborn and we're not doing this inner work, well, it's just going to get harder and harder. And we're just going to keep seeing more of the frustration. But, when we allow ourselves to go into feeling all of these things that are coming up for us, then, it does get easier, even though I know that doing that internal work can be difficult. It's not fun, and it can be challenging to set the time aside for it. When we have so many things to do and so many other things that would be fun and or much more enjoyable, right? But also, we don't grow without doing that deeper work. So I really encourage you to, get a coach if that's something that you need to support you. I'm available, and we can definitely talk more with my alchemy coaching if that's something that speaks to you. But it's definitely a time for some inner child healing and, really working through these ancestral beliefs and childhood beliefs and letting go of those. So I do this ancestral energy clearing, and it helps people to let go of these old patterns from childhood that are even things that it's like, this is not even mine. I never even experienced it. And yet I have this fear, I have this anxiety or this belief, and I know that I'm hanging on to it still, and I'm still getting these same results. And it's just, time to let go of these old structures. So, of course, we're seeing this in the greater world as well. We know that some big structures are going to be shifting, and it is a time of uncertainty. So it can feel, definitely a little scary with our kidney, bladder, and that fear energy getting activated. And so it's really an important time to get back to your root vegetables and really get back to grounding and earthing. So it's difficult when it's cold, but get outside and put your hand on a tree for a minute or two, if you can. Obviously, bundle up. I mean, if it's warm enough wherever you're at and you can put your feet on the ground, that would be amazing. If there's hot springs near you, go spend some time there. Such an amazing way to earth, or you could go sit by the ocean or the water. Maybe even there's a river coming through your town, and you could get a little bit of that the negative ions to assist you in your healing. And so water will be really healing for you at this time as well. And so, even if it's just taking a walk by the river, I really recommend that. And what else? So we also have Neptune stationing, and as I'm making this video, it is stationing today. And boy, let me tell you, I am a Pisces rising, so Pisces are ruled by Neptunes, and for those of us ruled by Neptune, we are feeling it. So collectively, individually, some of us may be feeling a little bit more in a fog, a little bit more confused, a little bit more like, I know again something needs to shift, but I don't know what it is, or I'm not quite sure what it looks like. And maybe we're getting also some of that bigger vision, because Neptune is also about this expansive vision. And so hopefully some of you are also like getting these like huge insights, and or you will be. So Neptune is stationing direct, so it will be moving forward, but it's an outer planet. These things move slowly. So we'll begin to start feeling this more as the weeks progress. But in the meantime, just know that we can feel some disillusionment. It could be easy to want to escape, to go into any kind of addictive patterns, whatever that may be for you. So really, again, honoring, cultivating that time to feel, to reach out for support, to friends, family, whoever that may be, and use your tools. So we've got also the Mercury in Capricorn right now. And also we're about ready to go into a Mercury retrograde. So I'm already getting a little bit of technology glitches, and that's just definitely one of those things that we sometimes have to deal with during Mercury retrograde. But of course, that'll be happening in about a week or so. And anyway, you probably are feeling it. And it luckily only lasts about 3 weeks, but we do start feeling it a little bit before. So I wanted to mention that. And Mercury is in Capricorn. So we really are in this time of making those conversations that are more grounded and about real things. And we need to be talking about those struggles that we're having. And so if we are feeling that disillusionment, or even if we are, feeling and thinking into that bigger vision of what we know is possible and where we're headed, then sharing that too. But either or, it can feel scary sometimes to be so vulnerable. And that is definitely the calling. So definitely getting real with our words and our conversations. Venus is also in Scorpio. And so the planet of love is really also wanting to go deep. So again, we really want to focus on this intimacy. We're also about ready to have this Venus opposition with Jupiter, with this Venus in Scorpio. And so again, there's just going to be a little bit more of this wanting to fall into the trap of all the shallow parts of Venus and just the beauty and, keeping on the surface. But remember, we are again in this yin water rabbit year for only a couple more months. We've just got December and January to go. We really need to continue to go deep. We're probably going to keep getting triggered if we're not. I mean, it's just one of those things that life presents us with. And I know so many people have been dealing with so much grief and sorrow and loss. And that's why, again, I created that last video so we can navigate these holidays. They're not always easy for everybody, and to navigate the energies. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. And we are in this period, we've been for a while with the North Node in Aries and the South Node in Libra. So as we are in this North Node in Aries, this is the direction that we are collectively heading. And even though Aries is a very independent nature and it's, wanting to kind of do things its own way, it's also this pioneering archetype. And I think that really collectively we are in, going into this whole age of Aquarius, and we are going into this time where we really can and need to collectively focus on, this greater vision of what we want to have possible, what is possible, what do we want to see. And I really just want to remind us all that we have a choice in how the outcome is. I've been learning a lot about all these different timelines and trajectories, and we each are all creating this together. So what is it that you want to see? What is it that you want to create? I want to keep focusing on what is the highest timeline possible for all of us, and of course for myself individually. But I'm not buying into any of this lower vibration, other things that don't need to have to continue. There are timelines for that, and we don't have to choose that. And the more that we are strong in realizing and recognizing that we are these conscious creators, that this is that movement forward. This is that pioneering archetype that we are going to be going through until next April. So I really want us to remember and focus on that, and you're just so powerful. And I know that with this Neptune stationing direct, again, we could feel like, I don't know. I mean, you could get caught up in the news. And honestly, please try not to. Like, please try not to even go there. It is so full of it is so low vibration. I cannot hardly believe all of it is so obvious to me. It's just constant programming, whether it's TV or, just pulling up the headlines, whatever it is that you're watching or reading, it is always trying to tell you that you need to be fearful about your health, fearful about the future. It is so fear-based and, fearful of what all is going on in the world, and then divisive and making us want to look at blaming this side and that side. We need to move out of this again, really focusing on this pioneer archetype of Aries. I love that about Aries. They're so forward thinking and driven. And so again, we have to really embrace this because we are in this Pluto and Capricorn. And so we're breaking down these old structures. The money system has to collapse, the school systems have to collapse. Yeah, we do obviously have to build something else. And where is your unique talent and gift in this? You have a special part to play in this. And so I really hope that you know that even if you have moments of doubt in the coming weeks, just to continue remembering, like, keep going forward, keep putting in the action steps. It takes time. Everything takes so much time. Oh my gosh, that is all about the Saturn, planet, and Saturn is in Pisces right now. And so, yeah, I mean, Pisces is about compassion. It's about being humble. So we have to really be in that humbling of, like, things are not just done overnight. Things are not going to be easy. I mean, I've been in business 11 years and I almost 12. I'm still not where I'd like to be in many ways. And yet I am extremely abundant and I have made so much progress and have helped so many people. And so it's beautiful. But, it is definitely one of those taskmasters to really help keep reminding us to bring it back to that greater spirituality. And again, that yin water rabbit energy, it is about going deep into the psyche. It's about our spirituality. It's not without these different aspects that we suffer through that without that, we don't grow. And so we are evolving, I think, more spiritually. I think we're becoming kinder, more loving, compassionate people, and less materialistic. There's so much good that has come of this year, no matter how hard it's been. I can see so much growth, and I'm seeing so many people being so much more real in social media. I love that. So keep being on there, being vulnerable, being your authentic self. We need more authenticity. That is definitely something that's missing. So try not to get caught up again in this Venus in in Scorpio that's opposite Jupiter over the next week, where you're just really just being super superficial. All right. What else? I think that is almost it, but I yeah, I think that is about it. So, what did you like about this video? Let me know, and please give it a like, as I mentioned, and check out my other videos. Share this with a friend, and I look forward to sharing a lot more astrology real soon. So, thank you for being here, and we'll be in touch. Have a beautiful day.